Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. Good to have you with us on this Tuesday. It's Tasty Tuesday. We've got a great show lined up for you. It is, of course, middle of the summer in Houston. Pretty hot outside. I don't know if you've been outside yet, but it is a hot one. My co-host joining us this summer as a special co-host, Dr. Lana Pagao is joining us. She is the Communications Director at HCC's Northwest College. Lana, it's good to see you.
Good to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, we want to welcome you to the show. I know you've been on the show before, but this is your first chance co-hosting with us. So welcome on board. We want to thank everybody watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube, but you can also catch us in social media. In Atlanta, they can watch us on HCCTV as well.
Right. We're live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page and YouTube, not HCC. It's Houston Community College. We're also on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and on HCCTV at noon, 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Okay, stick around, Lana, because you're going to be talking to this next guest. We've been meeting with international students, talking about a new campaign that's been launched by our International Student Services here at HCC called the Real Journey Campaign. And this morning, we're joined by Santiago Echeverri, who is a senior software engineer. He's also was with HCC's Honors College, and he's a graduate. Good to see you, Santiago. Thanks for being here on the show.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to hearing all about your journey. So stick around, if you will. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes. Okay, we're going to kick things off. You've seen her on the show before. You've also seen her on Bravo's recent Top Chef Houston as a finalist. Chef Evelyn Garcia, she is the chef and owner of Houston's KinHTX and a finalist with Bravo's Top Chef Houston. Chef, it's good to see you. Welcome back to the show.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, the last time we spoke, you were I think the show had already been recorded. You couldn't reveal much about what's happening on the show, but you can now. Congratulations for making it to the finals. How much has life changed for you since then?
I mean, it's been a roller coaster. Yeah, I mean, obviously, just so many doors are opening. There's so many opportunities. I'm doing quite a bit of traveling currently. Yeah. Which is awesome. And then I feel like now I just have such a big community, like the Top Chef family. It's pretty big and it's very strong. So it's really exciting to be part of it as well.
When you're taking part in a big production like that, I don't think they see what's on TV, but that's really just a minuscule part of what goes on behind the scenes. But it's a pretty long event. And when you're recording, those days can get pretty long, can't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was definitely very surprising for me. I could only imagine how much work went into it, but then actually being part of it and seeing how big the team really is, I think I maybe met an eighth of what the team actually is. They know that like quickly and easily like dealt with us, but there's so many people literally behind the cameras. And yeah, I mean, I thought kitchen hours were long. They got us beat.
Yeah, this takes a lot out of your time. Before we get more, we're going to talk more about Top Chef in just a moment, but I wanted to talk a bit about, you're a Houston native, but tell us a bit about your parents' heritage.
Yeah, so I'm first generation Houstonian, and my mom is from Mexico and my father's from El Salvador. Okay. They met here in Houston, so I'm first gen.
And how did you get into cooking? Tell us a bit about your culinary journey.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like just being raised in a Mexican Salvadorian family, we had amazing meals all the time. My mom made it a point to cook like every meal. I really give her props for that. And just being brought up in that environment, as well as during high school time, when you're trying to really figure out what you're going to be doing. My parents actually had a restaurant in the Spring Branch area. So that definitely like pushed me more, although they were like, really, why do you want this? Do you not see our struggle? I was like, no, I absolutely loved it. And that really like fortified that that's really what I wanted to pursue. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just being raised in that environment. Again, from my dad's side, my grandparents are cheesemakers in El Salvador. Oh, wow. Then on my mom's side. Yeah, so it's been in the family. It's like I don't know why you guys were surprised. Someone was going to do it.
Tell us a bit about KinHTX and what was the inspiration? Was it your parents having the restaurant? What was your inspiration with opening that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even from before I went to culinary school, a goal of mine has definitely always been to have my own restaurant group. And being able to open Kin at Politan Row first was definitely the first step towards that. Unfortunately, it closed due to COVID, but, I quickly pivoted, started a product line, and now we're actually in our way to opening our first brick and mortar in the Heights, and that's coming along. We have a building. It's going through permitting, so hopefully we'll be opening our doors this fall.
Great. Yeah, I love the Heights. Lived there for many years. I live close to the Heights now. Where exactly is the brick and mortar going to be? It's
going to be on East 20th Street, near Yale.
Okay. All right. So we'll look forward to seeing that in the near future.
We'll have a lot more information coming soon. I haven't really.
Think it's going to be the fall when you open?
That's what we're shooting for. Yes. So, city.
And you've been also, since you started this line, I know last time we spoke, you were at specialty markets or specialty shops and farmers markets as well. Yeah. So our whole product can be all of it at the farmers market, but we're currently at Henderson and Kane. We're at Ash Building and Kicking Kombucha, and there's a few other shops. And then we also ship nationwide. And for people who are wondering, what are the products? Tell us once again what people can purchase.
Yeah, so we have Southeast Asian inspired condiments like a Texas style barbecue. We have a sweet chili, a garlic chili oil, which is my favorite, and I put on everything. We also have frozen curries and spice rubs. Okay, and there's a website they can go to get this as well? Yeah, all of this can be found on KinHTX.com and under the shop.
And we'll have all the social media handles and your website address in the social media post after the show. What are the product lines called? Is it KinHTX?
Yeah, by KinHTX.
Okay, all right. So we'll look for that. Top Chef, once again, huge thing in the Houston area. Was this the first time they had one of the seasons in the city of Houston?
Yeah, they've done a Texas season where they were in Austin, I believe, Dallas. And we had, I feel like, they were holding back. They wanted to do a whole season in Houston. And I think I was just so lucky to be on this season and to be, in home advantage.
Yeah. And so what was the toughest thing about the show? The hardest dish you had to prepare, or what was the hardest thing you had to do?
It was all pretty hard. I don't think there was any easy part to it, but I feel like the show itself is just really pushing yourself creatively very, very hard. I feel like I was creating dishes that I didn't even know I could put out. I was like, wow, look at me. I didn't even know I had it in me. And I think I feel like just trying to channel in all that energy, the nerves. I was a home chef. So just channeling all of that, nerves, anxiety, and then trying to focus and cook. That was definitely the hardest part.
I know they highlighted areas around the city of Houston, even went out to Galveston for one of the challenges. Was there one particular favorite challenge that you enjoyed the most?
Yeah, there were so many, but I feel like I really enjoyed the female trailblazer episode. And I was so lucky enough to choose Selena as the inspiration for a dish. And that was just like, someone's definitely watching over me.
In the finale, the finale took place in Tucson. Is that right?
Yes, Arizona.
And what was how was it working with the finale? You're up against one other person, you're down to the wire. Is it nail biting? Is it something that's very stressful? How did that feel?
I feel like I was up there in front of the judges, like giving my spiels on my dishes. And I honestly do not even remember who was on the table. I blacked out a little bit. It was definitely very intense. It was beautiful in Arizona, in Tucson. It's my first time there. So just trying to take all that in, trying to create these dishes, trying to make the best dish you can possibly make. It was very, very intense.
Now, here's the big question.
Gives me chills just thinking about it.
You've had the TV experience. You've been on a hit TV show. If someone came to you from the network and said, we want you to do your own cooking show, would you entertain that idea?
I think it'd be really cool. I feel like that'd be a cool experience. I'm not competing, so that'd be nice.
Yeah. Well, anything can happen because once you get on these shows, they start calling from the Food Network and all that stuff. So Chef Evelyn Garcia, we appreciate you being here on the show and telling us about your Top Chef appearance. You made us proud here from the Houston area, and we wish you the best of luck, especially with your new store opening in the Heights. I want to see, maybe we can get you back here live when you have it open.
Yes. No, thank you so much for having me. I was just super excited for this up and coming shop, and I can't wait to share more.
All right, Chef, we appreciate you being here. Have a good day.
Bye.
All right, we're going to turn things over. Dr. Lana Pagao is going to be talking with one of our international students. And Lana, International Student Services launched this new campaign. It's called the Real Journey Campaign. And it's an effort to tell the real stories of people, how they came here to HCC in their journey. And you've got a good one.
I do. First, let me say I'm so excited for Chef Evelyn. I watched every episode of Top Chef. I'm glad that Houston's food scene is finally featured on national TV, right? Yeah, so let's move on to Santiago Echeverri. He's an HCC Honors College Graduate who's now a senior software engineer for FactSet Research Systems, and he's also an International Real Journey Campaign Ambassador. And I just want to say that it's really nice that our international office is reaching out to promote HCC, because community college really is an American invention. And the fact that we can reach out to other countries and get students on board it really helps folks meet their goals. So thank you for joining us, Santiago. So tell us, as an international student, how did you find out about the Honors College at HCC?
Sure. Thank you, Lana. And thank you for the invitation. Happy to be here. So when I first came to the United States, I was looking for different ways to reach my goals. And some friends talked to me about community college, which, as you said, is a very American thing. And I was very happy to learn about it because it really would help me achieve my goals in a way that I wouldn't have so much of a financial burden, which was great. So when I first joined, I found an ad for it on the HCC catalog. I think that was good. It was on the first few pages. So I started calling, and I realized, but back then, I think even now today, we use phones less. It's more about texting and email these days. But even in 2013, calling was started to getting phased out. So I would keep calling, and eventually I reached Dr. Peters, and I went through the interview process and the application. Unfortunately, it worked out for me. And I had a great experience there.
Great. So how was the Honors College helpful for you?
Sure. So I think the overarching goal of the Honors College is to help us develop leadership skills, make good friends with the other members, and also offer us support for transferring to a four-year program. And that's exactly what I got. I had two great leadership experiences there as president of the Honors College Club, where I had the opportunity to organize events for the members of the club. And also we had a yearly event in partnership with the University of Houston called the Model Arab League, where we would role play being international ambassadors for different countries and try to offer solutions for different problems that these countries might be facing. And I had the opportunity there to be a chairman for one of the committees. And it was great. I met students from UH, Texas A&M, and other Texas schools. So I got that great leadership experience. I made lots of friends with other members of the class that were from the US and also international, because the program was open to domestic and international students too. And lastly, I got a great letters of recommendation when I applied to the four-year program that I wanted to go, which was at UT Austin. And yeah, and that worked out for me. I eventually did transfer to UT Austin, which is where I wanted to go.
Excellent. Well, as an international student, did you come up against any challenges? And if you did, how did you resolve them?
Yeah, so I think I was lucky that I felt comfortable from the start. I think HCC welcomed me very well. I got great support from the counselors that I met right when I got to HCC. Also, I found out about the Honors College early on, and that helped too. And lastly, I think I was fortunate because at least the naming of high school courses in Colombia are similar to the United States. And I did notice this was a challenge for other international students where the naming is different, because when we would sign up, say for calculus, there would be like a list of prerequisites. And I would see, okay, I already took this course, which has the same name, just translated to Spanish, but then it would be exactly the same. I did notice students from other countries where the naming is different. They would sign up for a course thinking they had not taken it. And then when they started that course, like, oh, I actually already took this. And sometimes it'd be hard to change. So I think that's something to watch out for. You might have already taken some courses. It might just be that the naming was different in your home country.
Well, how did HCC prepare you for UT Austin?
Yeah, so what was very good is that at the Honors College, the academic level was very high. So when I came to UT Austin, I felt very well prepared. I remember in particular there was like a naming convention that was different between HCC and UT, and I had to repeat Calculus 3. And to my surprise, I found it very easy. The Calculus 3 that I had already taken at HCC actually felt harder, so I did very well in that class. So I felt very well prepared academically at HCC.
Great. So did the Honors College help you choose a major at UT Austin?
Yeah, kind of by accident, because when I first came, I had on my mind that I wanted to be a civil engineer. I thought I was interested in construction, like building roads and buildings and things like this. But as I joined the Honors College, many of my friends were interested in technology, like being computer programmers and computer engineers. And they started sharing me a lot of this material. They started sharing a lot of this material with me, and it just got me very excited. So much that before I graduated, I changed my major. So when I actually applied to UT, I applied for computer engineering instead of civil. And I think that was a great idea. I probably would have been okay as a civil engineer, but I thought I'd be as happy as I am today. I really like working with computers.
Well, good. I'm glad HCC was able to help you with that decision. So any advice for students who are thinking about HCC's international program?
Yeah, I mean, my advice would be to go ahead and apply. It is a great opportunity, really, from the financial perspective. It helps a lot. And also it gives you some time to think, because as it happened for me, sometimes changing majors when you're already at a four-year university is very difficult. Whereas at HCC, I had those 2-year period where I met other people and realized that I had other interests. So that change was easy. When I went to UT Austin, I realized how hard it is for some people to change majors once they are at the institution. It's much harder. Well, if they can, I'd recommend it to apply to the Honors College. You can be successful without it, but it really helps too.
That's great. Well, thank you, Santiago. Echeverri, I'm sorry if I yeah. So you're now a senior software engineer for FactSet Research Systems, but an HCC Honors College Graduate and an International Real Journey Campaign Ambassador. And we'll have your information on our post after the show. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Lana. Thank you for inviting me.
All right. Thanks, Santiago and Lana. We've got a few HCC announcements. First off, STEM summer camps. They're happening district-wide. HCC's community learning program and Texas A&M AgriLife is hosting STEM summer camps to promote the new Katy campus. One of them, Lana, is happening at your North Forest campus. It's the VR Swift Camp, July 18th through 22nd. There's also a drone Swift Camp, June 27th through July 1st, and that's at HCC Southwest Stafford campus. I imagine, Lana, these summer camps, they fill up pretty fast. They've also been very popular, and it looks like they're returned. Is this the first year they've returned in person?
This is, and actually, this is, I believe some of these are even the first time they're offering camps. The STEM camp is the first time at our new Katy campus. It filled up in 24 hours.
Wow, that's so it's incredibly popular, but we'll have some links in our social media post after the show. Media Arts Student Showcase, that is happening right now, Lana, on YouTube.
Right. So the spring compilation screening includes student projects from filmmaking, audio recording technology, and the music business program. So, and that's going on through August 15th on YouTube. Registration is not required, and we'll have all that information posted after the show as well.
Get your degree for free. If you remember, a few years ago, we launched something called the HCC Eagle Promise Program that was aimed at graduating high school seniors, assisting them in paying for all of their college. It's a pretty good deal. It's a promise to help you earn your degree for free. The HCC Eagle Promise Program offers qualifying students money to cover tuition, fees, and books each semester. If you want to apply for this, make sure you do so. We'll have the link in our post after the show. And everyone is valued at HCC, Lana.
Yeah, so if you're feeling discriminated because of your gender or your sexual identity, you have the right to bring your concerns to the Office of Institutional Equity at HCC. And the same is true if you witness any discrimination of others. They take all concerns seriously. We'll have the number to call as well as the email and website to make a report.
Okay, that information will be after the show posted as well. Juneteenth, that's coming up this weekend, and we'll have a holiday on Monday, which means there is no Up to the Minute. We're off on Monday, so celebrate Juneteenth and enjoy your day off. We will not be on the air, and the college will be closed on Monday, June the 20th. Summer classes, I know it's a big time for HCC's Northwest College as well as all across our district because registration is underway, Lena.
Yeah, for summer classes, you can still register. We have a couple of mini semesters coming up, but think about the fall. The registration's open, it's going on. Course options remain. You can do them online at any time, no established class meeting times. Online on the schedule, you meet at a set time. Courses meet online at those stated times per the HCC course schedule. There's hybrid, which is lecture class meets partially face-to-face, and partially virtually. And then, of course, there's the in-person face-to-face courses with traditional meeting patterns at various campuses. And we have the hybrid lab, which is the laboratory studio courses. So for registration to all programs, you can go to hccs.edu/apply.
You know, Lane, I want to ask you because we've been talking about the brand new Katy campus quite often here on the show. Mm-hmm. You guys are open this summer for summer classes there, correct?
We are offering CE classes this summer. We want to make sure that that building is ready to go in the fall when we start our fall semester. So we're working out some of the kinks that go with a new building and putting a new system in place. So we're excited, though. It's going to be a great educational experience out at Katy.
Right. Start in Katy, learn in Katy, stay in Katy for college. And you That's can, right. One of the unique things about this particular campus is all the options you have for transfer with the University of Houston. Mm-hmm. I know you've got the engineering program and some others that you can literally be dual enrolled or start off at HCC and just move seamlessly to UH.
Yeah. You can, if you're in Katy and you want to stay in Katy and you want to get a 4-year degree, you never have to leave Katy. You start at HCC, you transfer to U of H, which is basically right across the street from HCC. So start in Katy, finish in Katy, everything in Katy.
And save literally over like $10,000 in your education. Yeah. That's the best part about it. Yeah. You get the quality education and you save a bunch of money. Absolutely. Okay, we're going to wrap up today's show. Congratulations on getting through your first show. We're going to have We'll get you back on again. Yeah. We've got Juneteenth coming up, and the Folger Shakespeare Library returns to talk about their upcoming poetry series that is said to be a journey of family, joy, and perseverance. That's happening tomorrow on the show. And we've also got a special guest joining us tomorrow as well, Lana.
Yes, HCC Police Chief Michael Benford will be here for his monthly visit to discuss the grim news of active shooters, the awareness we must all have, and the need for community programs such as National Night Out.
Yeah, some important topics to discuss with him tomorrow. All right, Lana, thanks for being here.
Great, thank you.
Again. Yeah, and we'll see all of you tomorrow morning. We're live 10 a.m. right here with Up to the Minute.
Sometimes what you need just shows up. Houston Community College has your back, whether you're knocking out some basics or upping your game for a better job. Enroll today for spring classes and frame your future with HCC.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me and then you just linked arms with me, I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally like knew that I had somebody.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering them could save you from having a stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.